What's happening behind these doors?
It sounds kind of happy. Whoop! And this is what it became.
Yeah, right. This is the result of the project that we've been doing for like 3 years.
Yeah, it's like it's the land speed racer that we've created.
Yeah. But what did we start with? Was it this ready when we got it, or how did it become like this?
No. This is where we started.
Some work.
Yeah. Empty chassis.
Mm-hmm. We were proud.
And didn't know how much work it should be to do it. But
that's why we look so happy.
Yeah. Yeah. Time will fix it.
Yeah.
Du får säga omelett.
Ja, precis.
Full board.
Full board.
Nu är den lös.
Oh. The basic rule for doing a race car is to take away everything that doesn't look like a race car, or at least that is what we think we do. And the bitter truth is that we almost took away everything from it.
Yeah, not much left. Yeah.
And this was basically the only thing that was in good shape.
That we took out, you say?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's the way it is.
Det verkar ju lovande här, det kan nog funka.
Bilsnubbar har inte med att bli lite positiva ibland. Alltså du vet sådär, det är inte så mycket kvar.
Nej, det
är faktiskt mindre kvar nu. Det kan man inte säga någonting om.
Alltså när man har tömmen här? Ja, Petter.
Han är alldeles bra.
And since this is not kind of hard work or for bitter hard living, it is for fun and enjoyment. We do celebrate with fika. That is what we do in Sweden. And what is it here we have?
We have waffles in the springtime outside the garage.
Nice way to meet the spring and then get back into the workshop again. Good times.
We really started from scratch, and fabrication was the key word for us here. So you can see here that I'm working with a milling machine, while Kalle, you are working here with a saw.
I try to cut off what we don't need.
Cut off even more, it looks like, right? Yeah. So, yeah. As we cut off almost everything, we need to kind of recreate everything as well.
Yeah. And milling, and if you can't fix it with some good tool, you take the hammer, I see. Yeah, really looks cool on picture. What do we do here? Is it measure once and cut twice, or is it measure twice and cut once, or what is happening?
That's a bit unclear. But yeah, we needed a frame. That was a starting point. We didn't. I mean, we had just had the empty shell, and we need a frame. So we started out building the frame.
And here Magnus is preparing the engine mount.
Yeah.
And he is using some deep science. He had to take away, and look how careful he is with the details here. And here we see the body rolling into the workshop after being cut off almost everything.
Exactly.
And we still had the frame at this point in time on the table.
As you can see here, we have welded some
cross beams
to keep the shape consistent after cutting away the floor and everything.
Yeah.
So now the point here is to put the chassis on the frame. So here we have the frame on a very good building table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this was a really nice way of building a frame, solid building table.
But at this point in time, the body was already chopped. We had already chopped the top at this point.
Yeah, we did.
The roof up, yeah.
And then the frame had to be put into the car so it was low enough also. I mean, it's quite close to the ground.
Yeah, right.
So everything is quite high up in the body.
Mm. And then positioning the chassis where the wheel attaches to the frame and so on. Yeah, that was a little bit of work.
And this was also with the old engine when we just used the old engine as a mock-up.
That was the 960 engine with an automatic transmission that we bought from Amazon, Harry.
Exactly.
And but then later on we had the real motor. You will see that one later on.
Yeah, we kept some part of it though. The oil pan and some details, I guess.
Oil pan,
still
engine
used.
mounts and so on. Yeah.
Here you see a proof that it's better to have CATIA than to measure in the reality. You could say it's quite hard to do it right. So Håkan, you have to adjust here to make it work, I guess. So.
Yeah, it's only tenths of a millimeter. It looks like.
Yeah, and you know, some deep science is used also. Here Magnus is calculating our way into the future.
Yeah, what we call CAD, I mean cardboard aided design, right?
With some computing also.
Or is he making a telephone call?
He could maybe texting a girlfriend. Yeah. Lots of things happen, and they use this bandsaw, and this is the first time we see that one, but we've used that a lot.
Yeah, bandsaw is one of the most useful tools in the shop. If you don't have a bandsaw, get one.
At once or two.
Yeah.
That's life. This is kind of fast forward, and here we see the engine starting up, and it's a couple of weeks between what you saw before and here, but we got there. And here you see this magic twin turbo installation, and it runs really bad.
It was like a monkey. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But it was a big moment to be able to go out and drive with it on the street outside.
And it looks amazing. It looks really cool.
It doesn't look like an Amazon wagon at this point.
No, actually, I don't think it. What you see here has nothing common with an Amazon, actually.
No. And here we are by PRD Racing, and we are starting to do some magics regarding engine tuning. And lots of good help to find our ways through this riddle on how to get power and torque.
$750 horsepower, 1,000 Newton meters. Makes a man feel fine.
Yeah, it's kind of what you need when you're out driving in the street. And here it sounds good. And what is this? We are hitting the news in Sweden. Not global, but in Sweden. We ended up on national broadcasting news, what it's called. Making the headlines. It kind of was a celebration before we took the car to the US. And here we are loading it into the can.
Into the container. Into the container. Right.
Yeah, this was a big moment. This was a fantastic moment. Där kan du stänga.
Vad sa du? Är du på gång?
Jag tänker inte köra in för då får de åka med till USA.
Vill du inte det då?
Du ska ju dit ändå. Ja. Det blir billigare så.
Ja, var lite positiv.
Jag skulle kunna ha lite proviant då kanske någon har tänkt på det.
En kexchoklad.
Okay, after this fantastically fast flight, we ended up in Ventura by Magnus on superchargers. And who thought that we should have our Amazon wagon in California in a sunny afternoon like this.
No, many people were doubting that.
Yeah, but now we're here, and they do have a good truck and a good trailer, and it kind of makes it fit together when you see it.
And they've got a
fantastic workshop.
A fantastic workshop, I was going to say, but now we are visiting a little bit the shop beside Magnusson Superchargers, right?
Yeah, the Trackmaster, and that is the Jerry Magnusson's, what would you call it, Kalle? Pleasure Dome.
Pleasure Dome, yes. Lots of good things. And now we are in Magnusson Superchargers workshop, taking care of all the nitty-gritty details that we had to fix.
Yeah, we were allowed to borrow a little space in their workshop and borrow all their machinery and welding machines and so on. So that was really kind of Magnusson Superchargers.
And we send a thanks to Mike Citar here. But also we were waiting for Ron Main and his colleagues to come here from the Sidewinders.
Yeah, and what were they to do? Why did they come by here?
Yeah, we like to have some kind of pre-tech inspection. So we used the time at Magnusson Superchargers to fix the car and get it pre-inspected. And yeah, we got a little bit of a backlog.
Yeah, but who could expect? I mean, that's
anything
expected.
Else? Yeah, that was expected. Yeah, so a few things had to be done with the car before we
load it up.
Yeah, headed out to our first tryout. We have to say El Mirage.
Yeah, to our first rookie race. Yeah,
but in a way, it wasn't that bad. I mean, the pre-inspection we got, you got a list of 10 things that you had to fix on the car, but everything was possible to.
Yeah, 10 fairly minor things. Yeah. I mean, it took us 2 days to. It
could be much fix worse.
It. Yeah.
You remember this, guys, when all the people on the highway were making thumbs up and looking at our car. That felt good.
Yeah. And as usual, we failed to tie the car down to the trailer.
Yeah, it seems like we can't do that. It's as simple as that.
I think it's a reason why we're not into transport business.
Yeah.
And here we are arriving to El Mirage, and you will soon see the sign. You see it in the rear over here. We're zooming it in, El Mirage.
And this is in the middle of the desert outside Los Angeles. Like 2 hours from Los Angeles into the desert.
It was a good feeling to drive by that sign for SCTA and to get this kind of legendary feeling.
With our own made car.
And now down to the lake bed.
And soon you will see the what you call it, the race area with the tech spec and all the people.
Yeah, you wonder where it is. You drive here and it's like being on the sea.
Yeah.
And now, here we go. This is the moment of truth.
And this is the tech spec, and we are to end up in some type of approval here, hopefully, so we are allowed to drive. Magnus and Anders are doing lots of paperwork, trying to fill in the nitty-gritty details on everything that has to be stated on the car. It's almost like going to the bank to fill in all the applications, lots of paperwork, but they are doing it seriously. I mean, they do not want anything bad to happen here. So they're taking the time.
Yeah, I mean it's rigorous, but on the other hand, they are very, very helpful.
Yeah, very friendly and really tried to help us out. And we got a little bit of an extra backlog here for to fix.
We got 10 more remarks.
Yeah, we got 10 more remarks,
and 3 or 4 of them were absolute must before they allowed us to drive. Or
yeah, I remember the net was one of those, which
he's checking it out, and the pedal and things like that.
Yeah,
here.
The net was really not covering all of the of the side of the car, so there were, as you can see, I mean, you could theoretically get a foot out there in front of the net.
And we have all, yeah.
And they didn't like that, so we had to borrow another net.
Yeah. What was the guy's name? We borrowed the net.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, that's what I was laughing at. Look at they just cut the pan out and dropped her in. Don't need it.
When you mounted the seat belts, see where your shoulders are and see where his shoulders are. So the seat belts are going to be different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Much the same.
Okay. Find your hip bone. Where's your hip bone?
You can see the differences right here.
The top of your hip bone. You're 2 inches taller than the shoulder. And you're long. And you've got short legs. Right. And you're short torso and long legs. Okay, and you're kind of an average between those two.
Fasteners for the wheel discs, maintaining slings on the tackle bars, relocate the shoulder belt mounts, replace parachute, retention bushing. What else do we have?
The shoulder mounts for the seatbelts have to be done this way.
Yeah,
Full cover. Fully covered. Redesign net to
door
fully
net
covered.
to fully covered door.
Okay, now we have done the tech inspection and we have the list we talked about before, some work to do in the evening before we were allowed to race the next day. And Magnus is digesting the last details here. And what is this here?
This is shoe shine.
Yeah.
That was the kind of paint we had, I guess.
We got it from them to do the number on the car, or?
Yes, that's right. So, and the number is 449.
Yeah.
And Magnus, as an old hot rodder, he feels good about putting these numbers on the car.
It must have felt really
Hand painted numbers. That's that's the best you can have in hot rod community, right?
Yeah, authentic and true, yes. But Magnus is the guy with the most artistic intention besides of Anders, I think, here, so it looks good.
Ta-da. Nice slice of color. Good. Thumbs up.
Okay, after the number it was rookie orientation, and we were out walking the track and listening to all types of rules and tricks and tips, and one we heard most of all was "Don't be that guy."
Yeah, that was some kind of basic rule.
Yeah, and it kind of looks nice when you stood out there and
Look down the track.
Yeah. Mm. And here we're starting up the late night shift, and we have to do at least 5 of the remarks before we're allowed to drive the next day. So here Anders is doing some work regarding the safety belt, and you were putting in an inertia switch, I guess, also.
Inertia switch was one thing. That is a switch that breaks takes out the engine and electricity if you roll over.
And Magnus and I was working with the safety belt here.
Mm-hmm.
To lower those.
And we borrowed that Honda power unit from Håkan Kalén, who had this, was in the depot besides us.
Yeah. We were.
Here we need to cut out the holes where the safety belt goes backwards, and in order to lower them,
to get the right angle on them. Yeah.
They were too high. Mm.
And we had Ron Mains, I was mounting the bolts on the other side, and we had Ron Main driving out in the desert finding bolts for us.
It's kind of embarrassing because we didn't have money to give him.
Sorry for that, Ron.
Yeah.
But you got them later on, I think.
Safety
or at
glasses,
least
this good look here. Always wear safety protection.
Magnus is doing good.
Safety first.
We'll do something different. So.
Yeah.
But no matter who you buy it from, somebody will tell you it's wrong.
Right. But that's what you want. You don't want to catch on it.
Before you tell you what you want, I'll tell you what you need. Ranger offers it, and it's a furniture mover. It's a bow and a saw.
What we ended up with was that
Because one of the things you don't want to do is have the tail wag the dog. So when you have a push bar, when
It was like getting dark.
everybody thinks that way, but it also moves up and down. So now having that ball, I'll email you a picture of one. Really works good.
Yeah.
Final approval.
Here is final approval.
Yeah, that was a great moment.
And it turned out that we had to borrow some more stuff, and because we didn't have one of those Hans
devices for the helmet.
yeah,
Yes.
that was an oversight. But again, Kiwi Steve
Helped us out.
He had one, a spare one.
Early morning and it's race day. Show is on.
Car number 832 did a
den till Magnus.
Sen bara titta på kameran och se.
We haven't had a really high horsepower car.
Which will be a 1:49 or less.
First rookie drive is done here, and how did it feel, Anders?
Yeah, pretty dusty and somewhat unstable and a little bit uncontrollable.
But you made it, or?
We made it, yeah.
Yeah, it was
139 miles per hour within the limit of 150.
I think
yeah, we were not allowed to go faster than 150 on the rookie ride, on the rookie run.
No. But we did what we should, and it was a success.
Yeah, it was in all essence a success, I must say.
Good. And now it's back to the pit and prepare for the next run. It might seem like a Fata Morgana. What did you say, Håkan? Mirage or what?
Yeah, what's going to happen here is really we didn't plan for that, but all of a sudden there's an ice cream man.
Yeah, and since we couldn't have fika, we had to take the ice cream and enjoy it. Meanwhile, watching some other cars race, and it sure looks nice when you see them motoring down the track.
Yeah.
And now it's you, Håkan, preparing for your drive, the number 2 drive here.
Yeah, for my rookie race, so to speak, because it was only Anders and me who were able to drive due to various reasons, and this is my time in the sweaty
suit.
Suit.
Yeah, And Romain is kind of pushing us to take care of the time and do the best out of it. Giving us some good advice regarding weight of the car and things like that, sharing his wisdom with us. But he was for sure a nice guy, and he helped us a lot.
Without him, we wouldn't have been able to drive there this Sunday.
That's true. Yeah.
Leslie Murray running.
Skulle kunna vara en vits att ligga på den här sen nära igång punkterna här.
Några tankar för i line-upen?
Ja, det är andra rundan nu, det går ju bra.
Okay, this is end of race day, and in total we managed to do 3 laps or 3 turns on the race.
And we for sure learned a lot that day.
Yeah, but it's a good start for what is to happen next, so it was a success. Very good. Okay, here we are ending up by Erik Hansson in Orange County, LA, and it's our safe haven and kind of hot rod paradise in LA. And this is where we will have the Amazon wagon during the winter, preparing, sleeping our way to the next season.
Yeah, and I remember how dusty and sweaty we were at this point in time, and to some extent relieved.
But you had sand everywhere.
Sand everywhere. That's true. We had to dust it off a little bit with the help of Erik Hansson's beer. Yeah, beer to start with. Yeah.
And here we have his fantastic cool hot rods as well.
He's backing out this and making room for our Amazon to stay here with him until May. It was good. He lives very nice there. It's a racer's paradise, as you say. He's got a nice villa and a large workshop. Yeah, pool, banana trees. Yeah, a way of living. Everything you need, basically. Yeah, and besides Erik's 29 Roadster. There is another 32 that Erik has built, and it was finalized by Hollywood Hot Rods. It's a Norwegian guy who has that car. Yeah, but a lot of nice and cool things to look at. Yeah, Erik Hansson is a famous hot rod builder, right? Yeah, originally from Strömstad, Sweden. And as you see, the car is extremely dusty. It's everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere. Awful. And we had some cleaning up to do, but first we were given dinner and some more beers by Erik, and then we returned back the next day to do the cleaning.
But it was it really felt good with the cold beer at this point in time.
It's kind of poo. And everything was okay. I mean, one thing we shouldn't tell is that nothing broke down during the race. Nothing
Absolutely
at all.
nothing.
So everything worked as planned. Of course, we didn't take it to the limit, but it was a very good ending of that day.
Yeah, the only thing we kind of discovered was that the power of the engine was a little bit uncontrollable. But fortunately, I think we found the problem. It was just a checkbox in the software we forgot to click in.
And that's an easy fix.
That's an easy fix, hopefully. And that's what we will try out when we get back to Eric here in May.
That's at least what we think right now.
Yeah, that's our plan A.
Yeah, but we should also make the car much heavier, I think.
Yeah, and fix the backlog.
Yeah, and here we're at day 2. So we went back. We found a hotel in Seal Beach, or what it now was, and
Huntington Beach. Yeah.
Huntington Beach, and then we slept, and then we were back early next day. You without a tooth.
Yeah, I lost my tooth.
Yeah,
for too much beef jerky.
Yeah, and then me and Pia started to clean the wagon. And we got these good tips from Eric because I asked him, do you have some compressed air that we could blow it off with? No, it will not work. So I took the leaf blower. And
there was an effect.
And we can see that.
Yeah, but
it works.
It works.
And now there was no more clean cars in that neighborhood.
No, but that neighborhood was made for people who are active. You are into horses or race cars or whatever you like.
So they are used to this.
Yes, that is our idea at least. A lot of cleaning.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a relief to do it. It feels good that it survived this far, and now it's pressure wash.
And you were working with this for an hour, and then
you see later on here on the film clip, when I thought that I was done, I thought this looks good.
Then Pia showed up, alright?
Yeah, and he did it from the beginning again. Here Pia started, and he does it with a shampoo and
toothbrush.
With toothbrush, you know. And
I think that's good, because then we got a clean car.
Clean car, and he's happy, and I'm happy. And soon Anders is back with a fixed tooth, I think.
Yeah. Visited a Swedish dentist in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
He fixed it in 30 minutes.
But you tried to fix it with some kind of glue from Walmart or something like that.
Yeah, I bought some glue at Walmart. Didn't work.
No. Okay, you didn't follow the instruction, I guess. And here you and Pia is reading out the log files, and you found this tick box you talked about, or?
Yeah, that we found out later on when we actually analyzed the stuff back in Sweden. But yeah, we got all the logs from our runs. Yeah. And managed to analyze them a bit.
And we are getting closer and closer to park the car in this safe haven besides this mega hot rod from Hollywood Hot Rods and Eric. And
you almost ruined it, didn't you?
No, but we took it very easy when we parked the car and looked twice before we moved the car, and then we were quite cautious when opening doors and so on also.
Look twice, dent once.
No dents. We wouldn't have been able... I think just repairing the door on that car is more cost than the whole race car for us.
Probably.
Yeah, so you better take it easy.
It's in good company at least.
Yeah, and Eric is helping us to push the car into the garage.
Jaha. Ja, kolla. Ser bra ut? Jag vet inte.